After takeoff, maintain 85 knots, flaps as required, crack the door open.
Dear viewers, we would like to say Happy Ethiopian New Year. Ethiopian New Year symbolizes hope, renewal, and fresh beginnings. Ethiopia is endowed both with historical and cultural heritage. This country has also its own alphabet, home for Lucy and Salam, and characterized by Danakil Depression, one of the lowest points on earth. Above all, this country also has got its own calendar. Today, Ethiopians are marking the beginning of 2018. In this holiday edition, I brought you a very renowned aviation personality, Captain Solomon Gizaw, CEO and founder of Aviation Flight Service. Stay tuned. This is Obi and Horn of Africa. Once again, Happy Ethiopian New Year. Enjoy your moment. We are in flight, and I am with Captain Solomon Gizaw, founder and CEO of Abyssinia Flight Service and Aviation Academy. Captain, how is our flight today?
Well, our flight is really as beautiful as always because I've been doing this for about 30 years over Ethiopian skies, and every single flight, every takeoff, every landing is a privilege. And today is no different. Maybe some clouds because we are flying low to look at the landscapes, and because of the rainy season, but it's really beautiful.
Wonderful. Okay, we are marking 2018, the beginning of 2018 today. It's Ethiopian New Year. And what's your message?
Well, my message to anybody listening, holiday by itself doesn't mean anything. It's just another day. But I just wish everybody listening a prosperous, peaceful, beautiful, happy New Year, Ethiopian New Year. Because only when we have peace, it's only when we have unity and vision that we can move forward. And I pray and I wish everybody a very happy New Year, a very prosperous and peaceful and vision-filled Ethiopian calendar 2018.
This aviation business makes you very busy, and most of the time you are on duty. Can you tell us how you celebrate holidays most of the time?
For me, every flight is a holiday,
Okay.
because it's a privilege, like I said, seriously. But as for holidays, everybody loves getting together, eating together, and that kind of stuff. But I also have some weird personality when it comes to holidays, because for me, a holiday is not just once every 365 days. Every day should be like a holiday. It's nice that we visit one another. It's nice that we eat together. It's nice we celebrate together. But I don't know. I think we can do that every single day of the year rather than selected few holidays. Holidays are nice, but I wish they are more often. I wish they are every single day, because my kindness, I'm telling you my belief, my kindness should be every day. My generosity should be every day. My care should be every day. So, yeah, I wish everybody thinks of every single day as if it was their last day, and it's a holiday. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Okay, Amin, let's talk about your success story. And you have arrived here through many ups and downs, from a very remote hamlet, and you became, owner of Abyssinia Flight Service and this Aviation Academy, owning about 18 planes. How do you tell for someone who is aspiring to be, a businessman and aviation, someone who want to participate in this aviation business?
Aviation or otherwise, any business, it's not really about money, to be honest. Why? nobody will believe me, or maybe some people might be surprised to know I didn't have more than 3,000 birr when I started. But I had a very big vision, and vision by itself is nothing. You have to have a track, you have to have a background, you have to have a start. So I think now I'm talking like a pilot, like an investor, like so like a big man, you know. But I think my beginning started when I was a teenager, when I was working as a servant, when I was working as a student, when I was working as a driver, taxi driver, and working in a garage in Ethiopia. And I think now we are not flying the airplanes that I own now, but this airplane, I believe, was planted in my past. So one encouraging word I might share with the young, people who always complain, you know, about God or about government or about parents or about a friend who's not helping them. The first question is, what have they done to help themselves? Are they willing to take the risk? Are they willing to dirty their hands, not with corruption, not with crime, but working, you know? Or do we want to drive that car somebody drives, you know? Or I don't really care what somebody drives. I don't really care where, you know, when I left Ethiopia, I think actually I was one of the well-to-do people, because now people live empty-handed across the desert, and many of them perish unnecessarily. When I left Ethiopia, I had 50 US in my pocket. So 50 doesn't get you anywhere, doesn't buy a sandwich today, you know. But it's not about the $50 or not, it's what is your intention, what is your dream, what are you willing to sacrifice for. And well, since you asked me, my biggest message to anybody is to trust God and to work hard and to always be disgusted, avoid shortcuts. Shortcuts will not get you anywhere. It might please you for a day, it might please you for a short time, it might give you what you need today, but that thing is not going to take you across to help you reach your dreams. That's what.
This New Year, for example, 2018, which we are marking today, among Ethiopians, it's celebrated as a holiday of hope and fresh beginning and refreshment as well. Do you have any connection, any nostalgia, any unique experience in marking holidays such as the New Year?
I don't know if I call it unique, but there are times I was going to my sister's house for lunch, and they called me, somebody had a major car accident. So we just diverted to the airport. We flew the airplane, and we brought back the person. So those are the kind of, you know. And there was another time I was supposed to go to my mother's house for Easter. Again, we got a call on the way to her house, and we are to bring a tourist that fell from one of the Lalibela churches. Unfortunately, he was dead, you know. He died after we arrived there. But those are the kind of experiences, and I feel like, you know, I don't see this as a job opportunity. I see this as a privilege to be flying in my own country, doing my own business, and contributing some to the country I love very much. Talking about that, for me, is the highlight of my mission, my purpose in Ethiopia. I think are two or three. The number one, the one I do not compromise for or pay any price for, something I've vested my life, my knowledge, and my money on, is the Great Ethiopia Renaissance Dam. Because people say, oh, that's my dam. It's actually my dam, my own, because it belongs to my children. It's where I see Ethiopia's hope. It's where I see the future of Ethiopia. By the way, I have been serving the dam project for 13 years. Even before it started, I was doing survey flights and working with BBC, so on and so forth. And the other thing is, I think the highlight of my work here in Ethiopia is I established the only private pilot training school, and we have trained more than 250 students. And in a country where I work as a daily laborer, for me to be able to contribute to some young people's lives, however, whether they have money or not, I think that for me that's the highlight of my profession. And the other thing is, again, to be able to hire professionals. We have been like 105 people. Now we are down to about 85 people after COVID. So the economic, the socio-economic, and the psychological impact, I hope I'm having on the young people. And I think, nobody can pay me enough to make me think otherwise. I'm very happy to have the privilege to work in Ethiopia. This is not just a business. This is not just an opportunity, but it is a privilege because I fly in probably one of the most beautiful country over the most amazing landscape and serving the people I love most.
Now we can talk about your aviation academy and Abyssinia flight service. Could you tell us the full operation of the Abyssinia flight service and how many aircraft and airplanes you have exactly in figure? And your startup business. Of course, you have highlighted on it a while ago. Can you substantiate that?
Yeah, it's very nice to talk about my business and also to, I'm being featured here as if I'm really something big, but I am maybe doing, to my own calculation, it's not scientific, maybe 15 or 20% of what I could actually do. Because there are so many unknowns, so many areas where we could really use some understanding about what we are doing, especially about tourism. Ethiopia is one of the most incredibly tourist-ready country. This airplane is one of the top 3 airplanes, and also maybe 2 other airplanes in the country, serving a population of 130 million, and the influx of tourists we expect. These airplanes are small, but they do some major work. Like I said, the GERD, we had a huge role in the GERD project. That could be substantiated by the project itself. We have rescued hundreds of injured or sick people. And like I said, we have trained quite a few pilots. What we do is very special and very unique and very attractive, but really for what we could achieve, we are just working like toddlers. We have not even we haven't even scratched the surface yet. The potential is huge. The contributions that this general aviation could make for the country is immense. Now we are just existing, but when we start living, I think we can make a very impactful, impressive progress in our country. Like you look at Ethiopian Airlines, it is an airline. Aviation is not airline. That's where we all go wrong. That's our understanding now. Aviation is massive. It's just like an ocean. So, like for example, when you look at an airline, Emirates or Ethiopian or any other, you are looking at a big river. But there's an ocean of aviation, if you understand what I'm saying. I don't want to go, we don't have time to go to details. So, but one thing I'll never forget to mention is the fact that Ethiopians are very, very good at aviation. Whether flying airplanes, whether maintaining them, whether managing them, Again, Ethiopian Airlines is a very good example. It's not by chance. It's not by history. It's not just depending or living on history, but even the new generation is doing much bigger and better things. So Ethiopians are really good with aviation. So hopefully someday we can capitalize on that one too, because at this stage we are far behind East Africa, behind Kenya, behind Tanzania, and behind Uganda, behind so many other African countries. But what really bothers me personally is that most of those countries are half the age of Ethiopian Airlines. But they are, with the general aviation, with this kind of airplanes, they are very, very far ahead of us. So we really have to capitalize on that. And hopefully, we should seriously consider training pilots and aviation personnel for the world market, because more than 750,000 aviation personnel are needed in the world in the next 20 years. And if we have such a great young, smart people or young people, why don't we train them and capitalize on it? So those are the kind of things that drive me, or force me not to give up. Hey,
Yes, Captain.
didn't know.
Good.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dear viewers, we have landed to Jimma, traveling all the way from Addis Ababa, Finfinne. Captain, how was our flight?
You tell me.
Yeah,
I
it was
don't know.
wonderful,
Yeah.
despite the cloudy and the gloomy air on the sky.
For me, like I said, it's always a pleasure to fly here. And especially today, it was challenging because of the clouds, but it was fun also.
Well, Captain, we've been traveling, and I think we're a little bit tired. Let's get seated and talk the next session of our
Okay,
conversation.
that would be great.
Good.
Nice to see you.
Well. Dear viewers, we're back after a while. I'm still with Captain Solomon Gizaw, CEO and founder of Aviation Flight and Aviation Academy. Captain, still we're talking about the holiday vibe and what makes Ethiopian holidays unique comparing with the rest of the world.
For me, it has to do with two things. The first is maybe it's because I love the country, Ethiopia. And the second has to do with the reality. What makes Ethiopian holidays so different? I believe it has to do with the season. We are coming out of the dark, wet, rainy season into a beautiful fall with beautiful sunshine and green landscapes after the rains. And also it has to do with people from all over the world converge on Ethiopia, Ethiopians that is, to visit families. People go to the villages, people come from the villages to visit the loved ones and with the families. And it's a genuine care, genuine celebration, because New Year's in Ethiopia is considered to be the beginning of a new life, new hope. So, and I think it's very appropriate that people consider it one of the major holidays in Ethiopia and celebrate it as such.
Well, let's talk about the hospitality nature of Ethiopians. And Ethiopia is being praised for this nature. And still, I need your comparative analysis with the rest of the world in welcoming and summoning guests, maybe foreigners or whatever.
I'm not sure if I can compare it with the world, but I've been to many countries, and what I find unique about our culture and about our people, the hospitality is a genuine hospitality. It's not a make-believe. It's not something we do to please people, but something we do because it's our natural, innate. It's just like part of who we are. In my olden age, I am beginning to understand in Ethiopia, when you host somebody, you are not actually doing them a favor. They are doing you a favor by honoring you to be in your presence, to come to your wedding, or to come to your house, or to come to your celebration. So that's really the kind of sense that especially foreigners appreciate. It's real, it's genuine, it's out of care, and it does not really expect anything in return. And if you want to make somebody happy, just enjoy the party, enjoy the celebrations, and go on your way. So I think that's what makes it different. Other places it's a labor of love. Here it's a natural process as far as I'm concerned.
Let's talk about this holiday tourism. And we do have outdoor holidays. We can mention Irrecha, Maskal, and Timkat, and so forth. Could you tell us the role of these outdoor festivals in bringing tourists and boosting up the ever started tourism reforms and tourism revolution in Ethiopia?
I've had a chance to visit or to live and work in East Africa. I've seen a few countries in Europe. I don't think we are yet fully understanding the implications of tourism. We are trying, but with the kind of cultural, beautiful landscapes, geographical, everything that we have, from the Danakil Depression, like you were mentioning earlier, to Ras Dashan, from Afar to Gambela, from Tigray to Moyale. Too many people don't really know how much we have. Everywhere you go, everybody is very nice, hospitable. We have not capitalized on that. You go to Germany, people celebrate beer. You go to Jamaica, people celebrate reggae. You go to anywhere, holidays have become a merchandise, a commodity in the Western world. But here we have something very genuine, very special, very real, and we are not really marketing it as much as we should. And we have a lot of work to do, because everything that we do, those people who have had a chance to come and visit it, love it, appreciate it, want to experience more. But yeah, we are moving the right direction, but we are far away from where we should be.
Some people just consider holidays and New Year's especially as a benchmark to give up maybe smoking, drinking, and doing some cynical deeds. Do you believe in New Year resolution?
Personally, I don't, because during the New Year, from my own experience, you are happy, you see relatives, you see friends, you see people you didn't see for so many years. You could make decisions based on the emotional aspect of things at that moment. But you have 365 days to make any kind of decision. You don't need a holiday to emotionally be charged in order to make a decision. So for me, as much as I appreciate holidays, as much as I appreciate the unity, as much as I appreciate proposals, I don't really believe a holiday is what I need to help me make my own everlasting kind of decision.
The Oromo people, one of the largest ethnic group in Africa, perhaps, is going to celebrate the grand festival, which is Irrecha, after a month. This feast is becoming a big revolution in the fashion industry and a new trend in Ethiopian outdoor holidays and celebrations. And what is your take from the previous Irrecha festivals happened over a couple of years, and what ought to be done to galvanize it more for tourist attraction?
I cannot really deeply say one way or the other. What I can say is this. We have like Recha or Mescal or Mescal in Gurage area, or you have Ashenda. All these are commodities that could draw thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of tourists. Of course, there's the side merchandise, fashion it may be, hotels, culture, you know. There's so much we could do to capitalize on it. What is being done now in the last few years is an indication of what I expect to come in a larger scale as a national, like maybe instead of like individuals doing it, maybe instead of a group of people doing it, I would like to see a government-supported investment, training, education in capitalizing on this incredible and valuable holidays and practices and experiences, because that's what the world needs, And to do all this, by the way, I cannot say too many things without saying the need for peace, the need for unity, the need for cooperation to see any dream being realized, Tourists, we need peace. Trade, we need peace. Education, we need peace. So I think we really have to work on peace, and also behind that, we really have to think in a larger scale. Everybody tries. That's not good enough. It's just like the corridor, development. Sometimes it might hurt, sometimes it might be painful, sometimes it might not be comfortable, but we really have to take a decisive kind of actions and implement. And tourism, the day we start tourism, we are talking about multi-billion-dollar business in Ethiopia, but we are not there yet.
Dear viewers, you are still watching OBN Horn of Africa, and this program is dedicated to Ethiopian New Year, and today is the beginning of 2018. We would like to say Happy New Year once again. Captain, another question. Let's talk about the Ethiopian dishes, Ethiopian cuisine, and what's your take again?
Well, again, I don't think too many people will argue with me. Ethiopian dishes are so unique in so many different ways. First of all, the quality, the variety, the value, and most of all, the sense of belongingness, as the way you eat together, the way it's served, the way it's prepared. I haven't seen something like this anyplace else. Yeah, there are 5-star hotels and restaurants, that kind of stuff, but nobody makes shiro. Nobody makes doro wat, or nobody makes injera like we do. Nobody makes any of the foods we make, any of the cuisines we have is unique to Ethiopia, very special, and the food value goes with it, Talk about tourism, that's one area where we could really develop all over the world, and also even in Ethiopia, to accommodate foreigners. It's very, very, very unique.
What are the measurement of a good captain, a good pilot, and what are the needed qualities in it?
When you talk about virtue, I think it's about, like everything else, um, accountability. I don't need somebody on my back to tell me what I should do. That's my responsibility. That's my privilege. The people who trust me with their lives, with their properties, I am serving them. You know, we have to know our purpose. So the qualities of a good pilot, for me, um, respect, respect those that work with you. If you are a captain, good for you, but you have to respect the mechanic, you have to respect the management, you have to respect the flight attendants, you have to respect the people in tower, because those people are the ones who bring you in safely and help you take off safely, taxi out safely. So if as a captain I think of myself as the maker and breaker, as the big guy that everybody should just bow down to, that's a value of a very bad pilot, because your attitude determines the outcome of your mission. That's what I believe.
What comparative advantage does Ethiopia have over the rest of the world in terms of good sceneries, wildlife, and other tourist destinations?
Many countries actually sell what they don't have. You go to Dubai, what are they selling? They are selling the sand. You find snow skates or snow entertainment in Dubai, just like contrary to logic. Many countries might have wildlife. Some countries might have lakes. But Ethiopia has one of the most incredible and beautiful landscapes. Ethiopia has one of the most incredible World Heritage tourist sites like Lalibela, like Aksum, you name it, like Abba Jifar here. We have cultural, like we're talking about earlier. We have lakes, we have mountains, we have, gorges, we have trail, like for trail. There is not much we don't have, except we don't know our value. Tourism is not getting some people to the Omo Valley. Tourism is not just Lalibela. There's tourism in Jimma. Especially now. Now the government has built world-class resorts in 5, 6, or 7 places. But as a pilot, I see a problem with it. We don't have a runway, grass runway. You don't have to build a multi-million-dollar or multi-million birr runway. You can build 800, 900 meters, just like Kenya, like Tanzania, like Namibia, like South Africa, and just keep on flying 10 times, 20 times a day with 5 passengers, 10 passengers, 20 passengers. With all these resorts, with limited surface transport, and with that kind of distance, I think it's really hard to access those areas. But with little airplanes, we could do that. So I think we need cooperation. We need to talk. We need to discuss on the way forward, not just for my sake, not for your sake, but as Ethiopians for the sake of Ethiopia. And I think if we do it, our work, if we do it, our planning, if we do it, our tourism, I think there's a lot to be had.
Captain, in your piloting career, do you have any funny or happy or sad or tragic moments, if you have one?
I have a funny, I don't remember, but there was an incident. One time we were asked to transport uh, three deceased fellow Ethiopians. They were sailors, and an accident happened, and they were crushed, and I was to go to Djibouti and bring them back. So I spent the night. In the morning, the embassy people, and they brought the caskets. I brought they put three caskets in the airplane, and I was told there were 2 or 3 people coming back with me to Addis Ababa. And when all is said and done, I said, "Where are the passengers?" And they said, "We don't have passengers."
Okay.
So it was kind of a weird feeling
Sure, yeah.
to take 3 dead bodies
Bodies, yeah.
in the same cabin airplane by myself. So all I did is I just prayed, took off, brought those here, went back and brought another one the next day. So that's not funny, but that's kind of weird.
Unusual.
Yeah, unusual, but there are lots of funny things too, but I don't remember which one.
For any stranger who wants to come to Ethiopia and want to visit Ethiopia, what is your advice and recommendations, places to be visited?
If I could tell anybody to come and visit Ethiopia, I'll tell them come and visit Ethiopia, because you go any place. I go to any place in Ethiopia. I love it. I enjoy it. But it would be nice if they could visit Lalibela, if they could visit Aksum, Tusi, if they could visit Gondar palaces. And now also gratefully, we have the Addis Ababa Palace where they can see our past glory and our glory to yet come. Then to go anywhere outside Addis Ababa, because that's where you really see the real Ethiopia. You see very nice people. You see very nice nature. You come here, you come to Ethiopia reading or thinking something, but when you go back, you'll go back baptized a different person. So any place in Ethiopia is a good place to go.
And hope you were grown up singing Shinoye or Hoya Hoye, any childhood songs that are associated with holidays. Do you have any? And can you play one if you have?
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, right?
No.
Okay. No, you can't even try verses.
No. Even as a kid.
No verses, no stanzas.
Even as a kid,
Yeah.
I was the guy who's always
Reserved,
running behind
right?
the other ones.
Reserved.
Always no, I was always
You're the
running behind.
finance guy.
Yeah, I was the finance guy.
You keep the money.
No, I don't. I
Yeah.
give it.
Tell us, I mean, a way in which you celebrate holidays at your home, like with your spouse, with your children, with relatives, maybe the process.
Normally, we celebrate the New Year as a family with my wife and my beautiful children and my beautiful wife and whoever guests we might have in the house. Then mostly we go around visiting older relatives or sick relatives or people we did not see for a long time. We talk about tourism, we talk about cuisine, we talk about everything. That's only when we have the foundation, which is peace, which is unity, because I need you and you need me. And I think united, we are stronger. And yeah, that's what I hope for everybody, a very happy New Year, a prosperous New Year, and a year in which we continue to see the rise of this beautiful and glorious country. Yeah, and a blessing to everybody who's watching this, and a blessing to our country.
Captain Solomon Gizaw, thank you for your precious time with us to talk about your holiday experience and about your piloting career.
It's a privilege, and I'm honored, and thank you very, very much.
Dear viewers, thank you for watching. This brings you the end of our edition for today. Bye-bye. Happy Ethiopian New Year once again.